own way. I've charmed quite a few in my own way. I've more than made do in my own way. I've conquered, it's true.
Okay, so we're gonna start this. Okay, this is Brett's with Friends. You are on Brett's with Friends, my 28th episode. I'm in California now for a little bit, and I just got here a couple days ago. So I am talking to Suzy Williams, the incomparable, the legendary, the musically inclined Suzy Williams. Welcome to the show with Suzy Williams.
That's your real background, or is that a faux background?
That's a real background.
Oh God, Brett, where are you? That's like, those are California hills. Where is it? It's so pretty.
It's in Thousand Oaks.
Okay.
I'm watching my friend's property over here while she's in Carmel.
Thousand Oaks. I mean, if that's Thousand Oaks, I'll take it.
Yeah, I was gonna get the background of the mountain itself, but this is better lighting. Anyways, let's start with you. This is Suzy Williams. My God. Okay, we got you for this interview. I want to just for people that don't know you or things that you would like to for your fans and audience to know about you. Let's just start from the beginning. How'd you get into music? How long you been in Venice? How have you always been singing? Let's start from the very beginning and go up to the present day and see how far we get.
Well, the day I was born, when the doctor slapped my behind, I let out a wail. It made such a sound, they had to weigh me on a Richter scale.
Beautiful.
Well, let's see. Inclined to sing because my mother was a great singer. Inclined to ham because my dad was a great big ham. And then when I was in high school, this is before any real awakenings, which I was, kind of straight. I admired my neighbors and looked up to them because they had a swimming pool. I was kind of materialistic, and I loved Robert Goulet. Oh God, everybody.
Nice.
The Beatles, and I was Robert Goulet. Really out of it. Anyway, but in like grammar school, I was in musicals, and I would sing, and therefore I sang. You see, because they needed someone to get up and sing, and I would. And not that I was any good, but I would.
Mm-hmm.
So, go to for occasions. And so then I discovered Bessie Smith. Ta-da! And I was hip to Harry Nilsson, beginning of my real journey. From a visit with my father in Morgantown, West Virginia. And that was like, wow. And through Harry Nilsson, I started getting to be hipper. I started to get into Randy Newman, and, the 60s was starting to pulse in my, reach certain orifices, And so anyway, Bessie Smith, I discovered because I went to this is all.
This is great.
Pick up my story, these things happen, but you have to edit your life. So I'm, this is like a much edited life here.
Give us the cliff notes.
By the way, I'm still a virgin, not now.
Oh.
And I was going to be a virgin for a long time because I was very homely. But I was an unwilling virgin. They have a name for that now. Unwilling virgins.
Me too. I'm an unwilling virgin as well.
You are such a liar, Brett.
Oh, God. I'm not a Lothario. I wish I was.
Well, I mean, IPAs at noon Well, that's lunch.
Well, I gotta grease the wheel. This this disarms you. And if I'm drinking, that means you could talk or say anything about anything. Hopefully, it greases the wheel.
Permission.
Yeah.
Up,
So how long you been in? What's
upbraid
that?
me if you must.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Go ahead and upbraid me.
Okay. Well, you got a cocktail available? Are you drinking? Do you drink?
Honey, I gotta wait till at least tea time.
Okay.
And try to wait till 6 p.m.
Oh wow.
I try to drink 1/2 bottle of wine and no more.
Oh.
Because that is enough to get high, get all my back muscles relaxed,
Yeah.
get blissed out, feel that warm feeling, that sort of, I got a little secret in life feeling like, yeah, I'm a little bit buzzed,
Yeah.
leaning towards the beauty of this, but, still got your faculties. But if I keep drinking half or half, because you get everything with a half bottle.
Yeah. You have control.
So I will be sick. I will be saying things. I will be very friendly, and I will sing slightly slower, therefore not properly, and then I will sing off key. And that is why I drink only a half bottle.
Oh. Well, you're a sweet spot.
Hangovers,
Yeah, you don't want to hang over. So how long have you been in Venice?
I moved here in 1996
1996.
6 or 7, right, Jerry? 6 or 7. 6 or 7.
What was it like when you first moved to Venice?
Oh, well, God. Well, it's just absolutely magical. My first date with Jerry was at it was called the but Danny's Deli, but back then.
Yeah.
What's it called, Jerry? St. Mark's Place.
Oh yeah.
So that was my first date. David Zasloff had his band there. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but he had a honking great band, and we danced and danced. And somewhere around that time, I also had my first walk on a walk street. I went on No Weed Up Place, and it was autumn then, and it was just like, oh my God, it was steeped in magic, Not to mention, the poets and on the boardwalk, and I don't know, it was fantastic, and that was I moved here. Jerry gave me a shelf.
How'd you meet Jerry?
Huh?
How did you meet Jerry?
I met Jerry at the a poetry reading where, like, Wilson's in Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hosting the poetry reading, and I thought, wow, great host. He followed me, my husband, and I had a really good act, and so Jerry would show up and see us, and then that's where.
So you're married already when you met Jerry?
Yeah, I've been married twice, over 20 years to 20-year marriages to both, and actually Jerry and I are going on what year? Well, we've been together like 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I can't hold down a relationship.
Who?
Me. You can't say.
You're preaching to the choir right here, man. It's hard for me to commit. I have commitment issues. But I'm getting better.
Many a young lady has tried to tie you down.
I know there's some that I have some. There's a couple that I was really in love with. But I'm a new person now. I went through my struggles. I've got cleared all my trauma, my drama. I'm all ready to go now.
I'm glad to hear it. Were you on over at Cadillac?
No, I was up the street, just on the walkway, Dudley Avenue, 56A, just a house on the end of the street.
That's
Yeah, we'd have parties over Spontos, and then I get so fucked up that I'd invite everybody from the party over to my house, and that's when shit would hit the fan. Like 30 people at like midnight. I had the cops behind me. I had all these people crazy, I'm half in the bag, right? And all these cops come, and I have this like mountain of people behind me, and they're like, the cops, these two cops were talking to me behind the gate, or I was in front, and he's all, dude, this is your first thing, you know. And I said, is everybody gonna agree to be shut the fuck up and be quiet and leave quietly? And everyone's all in a big crowd, yes, we will be quiet. And then the cops said, okay. And like there was this shtick that was happening. It was like a movie or something. And so but yeah, those are good times. But how did you like playing over in that studio, Sponto?
Did I ever come?
I don't know. I don't think so. Windows would get busted. You know, it was a shit show after a certain amount of time.
Something. Oh.
But it was fun as a Sponto moment, like that. Just having that gallery space to go. I've had like 2 shows, maybe 2.5 there. But tell me about that era. Tell me about your experiences over during that period of time with the Venice. Do you have any stories about that era?
Let's think. Well, I mean, I was there all the time. I was at Sponto's. Jerry was putting on a lot of events there. I remember when I first came to Venice. Jerry and I used to bike down to the end of the bike path north every day, just you know. And Sponto would come out on Dudley and go, "Hey Jerry, when are you gonna show some films?" And like, sometimes, you know, and we're, you know. But then it wasn't too long after that Jerry's midnight special dried up. By the way, I met Bessie originally busking in front of the midnight special bookstore.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I was hurrying to a Jerry event at midnight special. I saw this beautiful blonde singing perfect pitch, and I'm like, oh my God. I said, I like gave her some money, and I said, what's your name? She goes, Bessie. And I went, okay, good. You know, and then I met her a couple, 3 years later, and I never forgot her.
She's intense.
And then we became partners and sang in a group, the Smiling Minx, which you might know about. Anyway, back to Sponto. So I was always there after Jerry, you know, got his new 7 Dudley Films session there. Constant parties. I was singing there. I had my 50th birthday at Sponto. You know, that my birthday was cool because I hired a 3-piece harmonica band. Was it the Harmonica Cats? But it was a great band. It was a great party.
Yeah, it was good times.
Sponto, good times. Well, it was so good, and it was so good that we would. I know you did this too. We would go, these are really good times. I mean, I hope this will last forever because, I mean, one thing is I don't think we took it for granted. But I'll tell you, when Sponto left and that huge vortex of art and, you know, the high and the low mixing so fluidly and, with Sponto's accepting attitude towards all, embodying the absolute Venice spirit.
Well, that's Sponto right now calling. Is that Sponto calling?
So
After the world?
I got some Sponto memorabilia around here. Oh yeah, I should have worn my Sponto pin. Go get it because it matches my outfit. Sorry, I have to go get it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, here we go. I'm looking at it, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, here we go. Sponto. Wow. Up here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they had some good times. When he died, it was I remember rolling up to the I had a girlfriend at the time and she lived over in Venice Boulevard, and I was rolling up in my bike, spent the night over there, and I was rolling up on my bike up Dudley, and I saw Artie outside of there, and that on a white piece of board outside the window in orange is like "Rest in Peace, Sponto," and Artie, you remember Artie, right? And Artie was his like he'd do construction with
Italian guy.
Yeah, kind of short.
And
a beardish guy.
Brooklyn, kind of.
Probably, yeah. Artie. He I kind of squeaked to a stop on the bike, and I was all, "What's this?" I saw the "Rest in Peace, Sponto." Is this an art show? He goes, "No." He turns to me, "Sponto died." I was like, "Oh, really?" And so I went and got some flowers and put it up there, and that was the beginning of a makeshift memorial there. Do you remember when everybody came outside there and
lasted forever, and people, I mean,
I kind of like, I put the flower, I was like putting flowers down. I was like, I felt so heavy, and like I didn't really realize Sponto was a friend until that moment, because I remember you start getting those flashes, because for like the longest time I didn't think he liked me, but at the same time I was like, oh, we're actually really good friends, because he came and visited me like 2 weeks prior to that.
You do actually resemble Sponto a little bit.
People are telling me, yeah, I got the.
So what is he?
If Sponto heard that, he would be furious.
Honored.
But that was I remember him visiting me at my place on the beach. I just had the spot for like a month, and he, for some reason, came by, and I rolled him the biggest, fattest joint, and we talked about. He was trying to decide whether to get a place in Venice or in the Palisades, because I'd bounce back and forth. I said, leave. Venice will always be here. You can go, and like it'll be here. You don't have to, because he seemed really burned out, and but I remember I was rolling a joint for him. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm rolling a joint for Sponto. This is gonna have to be big. And I don't know how he knew where I lived, or if that was just random. But yeah.
He said something about a pig?
No, not pig.
What would you say?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was just rambling, but that when he passed away, that was sort of almost I would say, I keep on want to say, the cherry that was busted on that day, because everything changed from that day. It seemed like that was when did he die? Like
what year, Jerry?
But when he died, that was like the death of that street, and like Venice a little bit, because the gentrification was just about to kick in, and like Venice West, that was our Venice West. So, and he'd been so stressed out for so long, but
Did you get that impression that he'd been stressed?
Of course he was stressed out. He was out of his fucking mind stressed out. They were trying, with the Cadillac, with that guy trying to buy him out, and the restaurant, and the thing, and the stuff. What's that?
I said, I think Sponto would sometimes smoke a little too much pot, and it would,
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is possible,
I don't know. I don't know if you can smoke too much pot. Just I'm still testing out that theory.
Anyway, Sponto. I mean, Sponto was incredibly generous. My last time I saw him, the very last time I saw him was was it Zingara? It was this wonderful store that's now closed. I had heard this Eastern band. I can't speak English, but anyway, it was Christmas, and Sponto said, "Hey, what would you like? I'll buy you anything." I said, "What? No, that's all right. I don't need to." He goes, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna buy you. I'm just gonna start buying stuff for you if you don't like pick what you want." And I went,
What'd you get?
so like he bought me like these 2 candlesticks and like 2 other things, and he goes, "What else do you want?" I said, I don't want anything else." And he goes, "All right, we're gonna go to another store." Huh?
No, your screen locked up for a second.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's not your fault.
Anyway, I don't know if you but anyway, so we went to he goes, "I insist." I was like, "Well, okay, well, let's go to Just Tanchow. I'll take some earrings for my sister." And we go to Just Tanchow, but it was closed. And so Sponto goes, "Well, I'll see ya." And that was it. That's the last time I saw him. I mean, like that was very generous, but that was typical of him. But I mean, just I want to tell you some wild stories about Sponto.
Okay.
What wild stories? But like, who is getting it on in the back room? But I just can't. Can't think of anything like that. I'm sure people did. Like wild stories. I mean, you had Diane Butler and Abraham, playing music, and everybody high and happy and hugging and glad to see each other and shouting with glee and carrying on and laughing so hard you had to fall on the floor. And then you had that piano in the back where I met Mark Cantor, the wonderful archivist of jazz films. And Brad Kay and I would play on the piano. I played with the Jingle Bell Rockers. I played with the Backboners. I played with Tom Marion, the great Cheap Suit Serenader who worked with R. Crumb. Myself, these are just things I did, but I saw brilliant films. God, but like wild stories. I want to think of something really juicy for you. I'm sure I have it somewhere in my mind.
Well, what's the tell me about some of the shows that you've had and some of like the a nightmare show that you had and then the best show you ever had.
Oh, good question. I love that. Well, okay, the worst gig I can think of right now was I was playing with Storm and Norman. We had played up and down the Eastern Seaboard for a while, and we had played Yale and we played Harvard, and wonderful Robert Altman-esque like taverns, where the men had beards and the women they were wenches. And I mean, we just, we had a life that was extremely colorful in the early 70s. And, but we got a gig in the equivalent of, what was it? Oh, it was some little college outside of Boston. It was Framingham State.
Yeah.
Framingham State. Well, we got booked at Framingham State. I don't know who booked us, but it wasn't a good marriage. because I mean, it was kind of a drinking college, and I don't know what to tell you about it.
You can tell me.
Well, there were very cute guys, really buffed up guys, and they took a dislike to our group, and they turned off the lights on we had an opening act juggler. It was an excellent juggler.
They saw that immediately, like, what the fuck is this shit?
Huh?
They saw the juggler, like, what the fuck is this shit? So continue. Sorry.
What the fuck? Is it? Yeah. And I was between sets, I was going to the bathroom.
You triggered them.
And all these guys were trying to trip me with their feet.
Oh no.
With their handsome faces and their mean feet, like reaching out to trip me as I was walking. It was just like, oh my God.
Wow, that sucks.
Oh God, we had some miserable trips. We got a gig where I was real fast. This is a real fast one. We were heading up to Maine to play at the Old Port Tavern in Portland, Maine. And on the way, it started to blizzard. And then the car broke down on the route up, not the 90 or whatever. And we had to get out and hitchhike. And we started to freeze because the cars couldn't even see us. And Norman took off his jacket, put his jacket around my feet. I was dressed in just the flimsiest outfit. long black velvet dress and a coffee pot, high heels. I was thin sweater, and Jerry and Norman put his jacket on my feet. But we got to the gig and it was closed. They had closed the club.
Oh fuck!
Down the next day. So, that was a crappy gig.
Tell me about your best gig so far.
Gig.
What'd you say?
Best gig. I'm trying to think of it.
Okay, well, one of the 10 best moments.
Carnegie Hall was great. Played with Carnegie Hall with Storm and Norman and Suzy. We opened for Manhattan Transfer. I really liked the Lit Show. I've been doing the Lit Show with, at Beyond Baroque for how long, Jerry? 10 years, 12 years. I liked the last Lit Show. It was really, really, and you know what is another great show? Bravo with Michael Yost. We did this show in 2019 or 18, but that was a triumphant show. There wasn't an error. No one made an error the whole night. And it was magic. And yeah, I would say the Bravo show, and it's here in Venice, all my friends, I'm older, but I still have it. You always want to know if you have it. I still had it. You always want to, do I have it today? Did I just lose it? Was my last best thing? Yes. You're done. Now it's,
Yeah. That was the epoch.
Brett, I mean, you finish a work of art and you go, is that as good as I'm ever going to be, or am I going to top this?
Yeah, well, that's it goes in waves. I think it's like everything's in waves, anyways. But it's like it goes in waves. Like I know when you get that sweet spot and you're all, oh shit, it's happening. It's like, oh, this is it. And that's why sometimes you overwork paintings, because you stay in that space. For me, anyways, I stay in that space for a while, and then I'll just kind of zone out. And I'm like, oh fuck, I just totally erased everything I liked, about that painting but then you go back and try to get it again, and it's in layers, and you're like, ah, shit. But I mean, yeah, you do know when a moment's happening. Like acting is like that though too. Like when you forget what just happened, and it just kind of comes out of you. That's like kind of that sweet spot you want to be in. Yeah, like I'm half out of my body right now, just doing this interview.
Huh?
I'm not even completely here.
I think I laughed a while back.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but I am having fun. And I'm afraid that some of these things I've talking about are sort of things that I like to tell as my story, and I've told some of these halfway before. Maybe it's because you and I are kind of we're friends, but we don't know each other that well. So I want to tell you things like the main points, you know. And so later, later on, maybe there's stuff that's not.
Well, we can always do a part two. And we can do a part two at some point in the future. But it's not over yet. We still got 20 minutes to fill, so you can talk about anything you want. And it's not about bullet points, just
lost it, and I've got nothing.
You got everything. You got everything. So you know what's so funny when I do these interviews? Sometimes the people that give me the hardest time or the most neurotic, in a way, are the musicians and the artists, and they all like, wait. As I don't think about it, it's all good. This is all stream of consciousness sort of stuff. This is unscripted.
I like stream of consciousness because I think that's the way the mind naturally works. So I like to follow along. We there's little threads we can keep picking up. Who inspired you? Blah blah blah. Sponto. The circle of going back to subjects earlier on.
Yeah.
Somewhere in both of our minds. But hey, we may never go back there again.
Well, we're here right now, so that is a great segue for our next 20 minutes, because we got 20 minutes to fill. What are you passionate about right now? What are you working on these days? And where do you just tell us what you're doing right now creatively, if you can, and then we'll go from there. There's one question.
Well,
it's a now question. It's not the past. We're done with the past. Let's just go into the now.
I'm scared of the plague stopping because I love this. I'm a party animal, and you would think I'd be very unhappy during COVID, but I am thriving, but because of these little video films, these little Suzy Williams YouTube things. They've absolutely done it for me. Bessie, I was watching your interview with Bessie, and she's like enjoying these recording with people at a great distance thing, and this COVID is causing some of these things. So yeah, these little videos, and that's about it. I want to make them. I hope I can keep making them after the plague's over in this small little medium, but I won't have the excuse of COVID sort of shield, umbrellaing me, saying, well, you can't work with a whole band right now because it's contagious and dangerous. So I just work with my pod, which is Brad, and it's just so simple, because what I really love is my songs. I do really miss especially working with Michael Yost and Steve Weisberg, my main pards, other than Brad. I miss Michael, but we'll get it together. Anyway, yeah, the little videos are the things that thrill me. My big concern is Venice and its homeless situation, and what am I thinking about besides the Capitol and the siege and the
the madness of reality right now.
Very newsy time, I'll tell you that. Hard not to watch the news, but yeah, Venice homeless situation is really, really on my mind. I'm trying to help this one gal directly, and it's quite a journey. Her name's Liza Cox, and I'm trying. I got her in Project Room Key, and she stayed 2 months, and she walked out. Then she lost all her benefits, and I'm like trying to get her back on, but she.
What's her kick? What was her kick? Is it what's she using to make her want to be on the street?
She says it's all health, and I don't. She'll talk with me, and we'll have these wonderful talks, but she doesn't want to reveal much about herself, and she doesn't. She claims it's all health. She had bad health, and she fell down because of her health. But she will not give her Social Security number out. And you know what? If you don't give out your Social Security number at a certain point, you're going to find it hard to work with the government if you want help from them. Anyway.
Oh, that's maybe she's got a slight schizophrenia or something.
But I do care about her, and it's an obsession. But I also am very worried about Venice, and it's just increasing population of homeless. And
yeah, the fire. You guys had the fire the other day.
Yeah, what about that?
Yeah, I heard. I saw some video of it. That's not good, but it's not to be unexpected.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to Brad Neal about that. We had on the podcast, and he had some really good ideas. But we're talking about how that where the bus station used to be, and they put those the big white tents up, over there near Sunset in Maine.
Sunset Maine, okay.
The old bus stop.
Yeah.
Bus station.
Yeah.
That is at 40% capacity. So there's people that want to, you can go there and sleep at night, but you have to be sober, and you can get a rest, but that's only 40% capacity. So there's people that are choosing to not go there and just be on the street. And as I talked to Gregory Cruz about this too, the Venice Street Legends or Venice Legends.
So Greg?
Yeah, I did an interview with him on here.
I got to see a list of everybody you. I got.
Just go to the Brett Woods, Brett's with Friends on Facebook. It'll direct you to YouTube, Brett Woods on YouTube. But Gregory Cruz, like I said, what do the to flip it, we are getting this perspective of us, but how do they feel? Do you think? I mean, not saying that what do you think their perspective is on this? And they just want to be heard.
Why are people choosing to be on the street instead of sheltered? Is that what you're?
Because they don't want to be sober.
We want to be sober.
Yeah, you have to be sober to do that.
Because it's entropy. You're used to being a drunk, and it's entropy. You don't know how to. You don't know how to not do what you do, which is drink. You don't know how. You can't do it because. You give it a college try. You wake up and you go, "Damn, I'm not going to drink like that again." And
then, depends on what you're drinking. Everyone's got their sweet spot. Right now, I'm drinking Alpha Centauri.
What's that, my dear?
This is an IPA from Oregon. I brought one. This is my last year. I can't find them here in LA, so this is my last Alpha Centauri that I have. It's 9%. Alpha Centauri, call me. We'll do some real commercials. Pay me for this fucking interview.
Bad. You mean it's low percent?
No, it's high percent.
Oh.
It's 9%.
Oh. Now, Brett, I got to ask you, but it's early in the day. What are you going to do at 6? I mean,
I'm going to drink more, but I'm going to be editing this video for the next 3 hours. So when this thing ends, it doesn't mean I end. I still have to edit this stuff together. So I'm going to probably do some painting after that. Maybe the weather is lovely. So. I'm not driving anywhere.
Such a beautiful day.
Yeah.
People that. Yeah, and I don't think it's just about their addiction. It's about, I don't know.
It's it's pretty brutal right now.
Why is it that people used to all have a home pretty much except for one guy? There used to be like one guy, that didn't have a home, like and everybody else had a home. And now all of a sudden, lots and lots of people don't have a. Why is that? What was society doing right before, and what's it doing wrong now? What is it?
I blame the weather. The weather is too good here. The weather is the blame for it, because if the weather isn't so fucking good here in this place, I just came back from Oregon. I've been there, and I feel like I just got off a boat. It's so water, it's cold and water. I love Oregon. I love you, Oregon, Salem. But this weather, people are addicted to this. This is the weather is the biggest heroin there is here. The weather is like fucking perfect. It's amazing.
You could get good weather by walking out of your shelter and going and enjoying the weather. Why do people want to lie on the sidewalk where it's, cold?
I don't know. Do you ever listen to Eckhart Tolle?
Huh?
You ever listen to Eckhart Tolle?
Yeah.
You know how the pain body thing works?
Go ahead. Pain body. Yeah.
Do you remember that sequence in that The Power Now?
Well, I know about the pain body and that. Yeah, a little bit. You could go on though.
Well, the pain body, and okay, it's where it's like the pain body is something else that's in your body that wants to be fed. And these are Eckhart Tolle cliff notes. So, but like the pain body wants to be fed. And like anything else that's alive in your body, it will do anything to survive.
Oh, yes.
And that what happens is that will actually happen into where it will bring other people into that situation, and it feeds off of that attention. And thus feeding the host or the body of the host, and that will actually become the personality of the person. Like, always drama, always, I sprain my foot, I slam my finger into the door, I broke up with my girlfriend or my boyfriend, or, it's always this like, I'm late, I guess got a ticket on my car. Anything, after a while that becomes like draining to the people that are surrounding those people. And as an empathetic person, that can weigh on you after a time.
Yeah, but yeah, my mom was certifiable mentally ill. So my mom would get gobbled up by her mentally ill part of herself, where you could hardly find my actual mother. And boy, when mom started taking her meds and things, that creature was like, let me out, and looking for every opportunity to take over her again, waiting for any weak moment when mom would stop doing her meds and just go get mom.
Yeah, it's very I'm not into pills, and people that take a lot of pills, I often don't get along with them, because I found that even with family members, because everyone in Oregon's on pills, pains, arthritis,
Really?
uppers, downers, all arounders. I don't know what the fuck. There's so many pills out there. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't like pills. I don't even take an aspirin if I have a headache. I don't know what it is. I just don't want that, unless I absolutely have to.
You're protecting yourself because you're rejecting the mean stuff that is. What is that? In that,
well, my family was complaining that I was all stoned and drunk all the time, and I was all, dude, you guys are high as a kite all day long. You are not, your shit that you're doing, I'm just getting through what you're doing. You are on a whole other different level. You guys are on pharmaceuticals. I mean, that's like a woo. I don't know that, weed and smoking and is at least it's not, I don't know. I can gauge what I'm doing.
As long as people are fun and nice, I never have a problem with anybody drinking. I just want them, as long as they're fun and nice.
Well, it's when you start mixing the drinks with the pills as well.
Yeah.
That's a whole other ball game.
I mean, what kind of what kind of harm is being done there. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Anyways, that's why I smoke pot. It's all good. So what do you want to, so you're podcasting now, or you're doing your Suzy Williams channel, and you're making these videos, you're editing them together.
Yeah.
Your appetite for fun is infectious. And I mean, do you think it's because also you love COVID so much? Or not COVID, I don't mean that in a bad way, but the time that this has allowed you to actually get in there and create things is what you love about this COVID. And like, it's like, I wouldn't be doing this podcast if it wasn't for COVID. I wouldn't want to do it for years, but now we have the time to do it. And so what do you do with that time? So you do this, you kind of focus, you kind of like put your energy into something, and now it's digital. And now we're living in the future.
And basically, if we want to, this interview can last for a long time. You know.
How about 5 more minutes?
Well, I meant like, you know, if you put it up to YouTube, it'll last forever. You know what I mean? That kind of.
I thought we were just getting started. I was like, does Jerry want to come on and say anything?
Huh?
Does Jerry want to come on and say anything?
No, he's resting.
Oh.
I want to show you something in my house. Let me see if I can do this. This is the best way. This is not a camera that is good at this, but let me just show you. This is from Prince Diabate.
Ooh.
That's a gift because I cooked a Ethiopian stew for him when he did a house concert at Brad Kay's.
Okay.
That's our clock. Isn't that a cool clock?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And this is a wonderful mask that Jerry actually found. Love this crazy mask.
Is that all wood?
Yeah, it's carved wood. He's a beaut.
Yeah. That's psychedelic.
Yeah, and then look at, can you see that Sponto lives? Can you see it?
Oh shit.
This clock.
Yeah, they threw that in the street. I remember it was being torn apart with all the teacups on top of it.
Yeah. Oh,
and I tried to save it, but it was just a wreck by the time, you know, people pissing on it and shit like that. It was up on the alleyway.
This is a piece of art by Diane.
Can you back up? Can you give it a little bit more? Can I see the whole thing?
Diane Butler.
Oh shit, that's a great one. That's a classic.
Isn't it great? It's a portrait of Abraham.
Wow.
Yeah. And look, here's Matt Groening did a piece of artwork for Jerry. Let's see if I can find it. Can you see that wrap?
Oh, he did that for Jerry?
Yeah. And here's some artwork by Don Van Vliet, Captain Beefheart. Let me see if I can show you.
Is that a watercolor?
Yeah. Can you see it? I can't tell if you can see it.
I can. If you back up off it. Oh, that's nice to see the detail.
And look, there's our crumb.
Our crumb in the house. Whoop 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 whoop.
Jerry and Suzy. Can you see that?
Who did that? Oh shit!
Jerry.
Our crumb did that for you?
Yeah. No. That's just Jerry's joke. No,
okay.
We're big fans of.
Oh, our Crumb the movie is a fucking amazing documentary. That shit's.
Oh, I love it.
That movie is so good.
This is like Welcome to the Funny Farm. A child drew this for Jerry. That's where I live in this this very busy collage. You know, it's quite. This is our, you know.
Why don't you do a podcast?
Huh?
Why don't you have your Suzy Williams podcast going? It sounds like it's ripe. It sounds like I think you'd invite all your friends to do a podcast. You could probably get some really eclectic people.
Like, what do you mean? Like, just like interview people like you are?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what is tempting, but you know, Jerry is constantly podcasting. If that's what a podcast is,
Oh, okay.
Jerry, Jerry, as you know, he does Marshall McLuhan, James Joyce, and Frank Zappa specialty stuff, and he,
How can people out there see Jerry stuff?
huh?
Can you give how people can go see Jerry stuff?
Uh,
And tell Jerry to actually, since Jerry's not here, we might do an interview later, but I haven't confirmed it yet. But like, can you give him a little idea of what this Jerry guy we keep on talking about and what he's got going on?
what? Oh, he's in there. He's napping. Um, sorry, honey.
But he runs a film festival at the Baroque, and
My-
how can people see his archives?
Jerry's a whole universe. He runs he started the Pixel This Festival, which is the toy camera by Fisher Price. That's like in its 30 somethingth year, 36th year. Anyway, he's sleeping.
Don't wake him up.
Cut it up and I'll do one another time.
Yeah, he Pixel This. He has a lecture series where he has people come and speak. He shows films about Venice. He does art projects with people where they do multimedia. When Beyond Baroque would have probably 2 and 3 Jerry events per month. You know, where Jerry would show a film and then interview the filmmaker and have the audience, you know, ask questions. He has the Venice photography show, which has, you know, Beyond Baroque is all covered with photos, and then upstairs he would interview some interesting photographers who specialize in Venice. Oh God, on and on. Finnegan's Wake.
Well, can you get him to get him on the show sometime?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
He's good. He's giving you the thumbs up.
All right, cool. So we're gonna end. We're gonna end the show. We're gonna wrap it up, as they say.
All right.
And this is Suzy Williams,
Yeah.
the incomparable, the legendary, the unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
And can you remind them one more time of how they can find your stuff, and then we'll wrap it up.
Suzy Williams YouTube channel. Also, SuzyWilliams.bandcamp.com. That's me and Michael Yost. And also, I have my other 2 albums that I made. Storm is, you know, I've got a cool album available, and he will be around forever. Nick Ariando. Basically, yeah. YouTube channel, Bandcamp. That's it.
That's all you need to know.
All right.
Will you send me an MP3 of some music? Do you have an MP3 at all?
3 of music. Well, I could just send you my Bandcamp thing, right?
Is there an MP3 file on it though? It's easier to edit with. Is some music I can download? Is there any music I can download that you can send me?
I bet Michael could send you an MP3. I'm not
Okay, send me an MP3 and we'll wrap it up. Because then can I put your music on the show?
sure.
Okay, so just do that. I'm going to be editing for the next 3 hours. So if you can get it to me within the next 3 hours, that'd be awesome.
Okay, I'll try to do
I know there's homework. There's homework. It's not just cut and dry.
Yeah, okay.
I want people to hear the music that we've been talking about.
Okay, that's great.
You know, does it make sense, right?
Yeah, I just, you know, there's so much different types of music. I wouldn't know where to start, but I guess.
Just give me 1 or 2 songs.
Okay, that could be done. All right.
Not like I don't need the whole encyclopedia.
Thanks for turning me on to Thousands Oaks. It sure is pretty back there.
Oh, look here. I'll show you the view of the mountain.
Oh my God. Are you butt up against a park or something? What's going on with
That's
that?
the backyard.
That is extremely beautiful. It's great.
Yeah, it's wild.
You know,
I'll
like
enjoy it while it's here, while I got it right now, and we'll see what happens in the future. Who knows where I'll be? I don't know. It's hard for me to commit to one spot.
love it. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
Okay,
Suzy Williams, thank you so much for being on the show.
baby.
Tell Jerry, call me.
All right. Oh yeah. All right.
All right.
Ta-ta.
See you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that was my interview with Suzy Williams. That was fun. Buffalo hats, buy my art. I got art for sale if you need a painting. I got this. Little abstracts. I'm not going to turn this into QVC, but if you want to support the show and me as an artist, buy my shit. There's a billion different ways to contact me. Go to brettwoods.com. Suzy Williams, that was good. Be well. It's a beautiful day. Be safe. Love each other. Kumbaya. I'm going to lose some weight, so maybe when I look at these in the back in the future, I'll see that I'm thin. God, I got fat. Oof. All right. Talk to you later. See ya. And scene.
So long, bye, Don. Donald, it's been bad to know ya. You're moving on. Even if they have to tow ya, soon you'll be gone. Take your cronies when you leave. Our new president has compassion you lack.
He'll get the Paris Accord on the track.
And I can't wait to see the old roses by. So bye, bye, Dawn.
So long.
So long.
Bye, Don.
Bye, Dawn.
No one here will ever miss ya. We're moving on.
Moving on.
We won't take the time to diss ya.
So long.
So long.
Bye, Dawn.
Bye, Don.
You're no longer out that peace.
An influence dreadful you've had on our youth.
Where cheating is normal and lying is truth.
Insulting.
Abusive.
Unlettered.
Uncouth.
So
Bye, bye, Dawn. I don't know when I felt quite so jolly. I'll see, how long has it been? Oh, about 4 years. Yes, and we're going to get the World Health Organization back and respect for the post office. Oh, make our lucky stars.
For your timely departure, we gleefully root to think that your tweetings are going to be moot.
And you will look so cute
In your orange jumpsuit. So bye,
bye.
I'm biding my
Go
time.
biding.
'Cause that's the kind of guy I'm.
Joe Biden.
The
My
nerves
nerves
ain't
ain't
fraying. 'Cause I'm saying.
Bye,
Bye, Don.
We're all for science.
Bye, bye, Don. No more denyance. Bye, bye, Don.
In my own way, I've charmed quite a few. In my own way, I've more than made do. In my own way, I've conquered, it's true. I did it my own way. In my own way, I kidded the folks. And I must say, I laughed at my jokes in my own way. I'm my own little hoax. did it my